granniopteryx, she knows the truth, she's linking every link.
Hello, as you see I'm all togged up to go riding, but a horrible thought occurred to me while I was putting on my wellies, and instead of going straight out I've come up to the attic to share it with you. Well, why not spread the misery around? Sorry to destroy your day, but I'm going to be comparing Donald Trump and Margaret Thatcher. I think there are a few lessons we can learn from those two examples. They're both strong-minded, straight-talking, patriotic people who incurred the wrath of the so-called intelligentsia, all of whom, with hardly any exception, proved to be as wrong-headed as it is possible to be. But I'm afraid in the case of Britain, who seem to have won in the end, because possibly there were just more of them. As Einstein said, there are only two things in the universe that are infinite: the universe itself and stupidity. Okay, so sorry as I am to spoil your day, and that goes for the whole world and not just you chaps in the USA. I'm going to be talking about what happens after Trump, and I'm not sure it's going to be all good. So, although you probably aren't going to like what I'm about to say, click the like button now, share the video, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. If you want to contribute financially, the links are all in the description. Okay, sorry about this, but let's get on with it. So it goes like this. I was thinking about Margaret Thatcher. A lot of people are looking back with some nostalgia to the Margaret Thatcher years. And they forget that she actually held steady while there was an awful lot of turmoil going on. Specifically, you might remember or might have heard of the miners' strike. What had happened was a lot of British power stations, in fact nearly all of them, ran on coal. And that meant the miners' unions had a tremendous amount of power. And when they went on strike, the country ran out of coal and people got cold. And governments prior to Thatcher's administration, governments just caved in to the miners. And of course, as we now know, all those people coming up with conspiracy theories that the Russians were responsible were proved right. In recent documents, it has been proved that much of the top layers of the unions, including the coal miners' unions, were in the pay of Russia. And I'm not suggesting it was always money. It was often ideological as well. And I'm just looking at Trump now. You see, he's in effect doing the same thing as Thatcher did, only a lot bigger. He is going head to head with, it's not over the coal industry, it's over other things, but it is a very similar look to it. The revolutionary types who are most likely in the pay of some sort of foreign power. If it's not China, it's Qatar. They're these revolutionary groups which Trump is holding out against. If you compare Thatcher and Trump, you will see a lot of similarities. An unpopular person with a very strong personality, a very forthright way of talking, just taking a coach and horses through all the sludge and the accumulated mess and all the rest of it, and changing the economy and the general movement forward of the country that they're controlling. And also you might say, Thatcher was quite decisive in her response to the Argentine invasion of the Falkland Islands, and you can see the same sort of forthright directness in Trump in his approach to foreign wars. Okay, so we've got that similarity. And what happened after Thatcher? Well, her party staggered on for a little while with people who were somewhat of a pale copy of her. They lacked her commitment, they lacked her intelligence, and they just sort of used her capital to go forward. And then they finally ran out of capital and they were taken over by Tony Blair's party, which was considered more dynamic and which did an immense amount of harm to Britain constitutionally as well as economically, although at first it looked fine. And then all the little bits started, the wheels started coming off. Well, let's look ahead what could happen for Trump. Because when he's gone, yeah, you're saying J.D. Vance is the heir apparent and he might be all right. And so the Trumpian legacy might continue through Vance like the Thatcherian legacy continued through at least the first administration of John Major. But it lacked something in Britain. I don't know whether Vance's development will do the same thing, run along on the Trumpian momentum and then bit by bit lose momentum. And then if that happens, and it very well could, Vance looks fine now, but you never know what happens when he's got this huge responsibility to fulfill. Waiting in the wings will be someone like Mamdani, who may by that time have been an established mayor of New York, or may have failed in his chance to become the mayor, but has taken up some other political stance. Imagine that. And starting off with some obviously popular or populist social programs that Trump and Vance have been resisting, and then the wheels start coming off in the same way. And America ending up in the same sort of mess that we have here in Britain, because what happened was, first of all, was Blair, and he was surrounded by some intelligent men, ideologues, and not very forward-looking, but certainly intelligent, and Blair himself, very intelligent, determined to change Britain to this modern, snappy, modern country, all modern and modern. And then it didn't work. And the Labour Party got taken over by successively less and less intelligent people. Now, while that was happening, of course, the Conservatives came back, but with Cameron, who was just a Blair clone, really, because the Conservative Party lost its idea of being against the sort of thing Blair did. They thought, well, the only chance we have of getting elected is putting up another Tony Blair. So that's what they did. So the decline went also with the Conservative Party, not quite so much, but the disintegration really happened when they threw out Liz Truss because they wanted this Rishi Sunak puppet instead, because they thought he would be another Blair type thing. But the people didn't want that anymore. It's not that people elected the Starmer government, it's that they didn't elect the Sunak government. They didn't want that. Britain is really heading for the skids right now. It's not being administered well. The government are lying one after the other. They are a bunch of liars. All of them have lied. Look, Reeves was not an economist for the Bank of England. Phillipson, our education secretary, I made a video about her yesterday. She told everyone she was a chess champion and she wasn't. The business secretary said he was a solicitor and he wasn't. And nobody is, we all know that. And the general upper echelons of British society have so lost their morals that they don't care. They're not making any sort of a fuss about it. It's absolutely astonishing and, of course, very depressing for me. But what's really depressing is what could be happening in America, because I can see the same thing, the same trajectory happening there. And as America loses its world influence through incompetence and Mamdaniites making silly decisions, then the only strong government to take over will be China. That doesn't bode well for the world, really, does it? And I am so terribly frightened that what's happening in America now, as great as America is right now, as powerful, as decisive, it's going to follow the same awful trajectory that happened to Britain after Thatcher. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking of. I'm going to put this out before I change my mind, because it's a warning we should all heed, whether it's just early morning depression for me or not. Okay, till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.